Sorry, we're late. We were hunting. No. They hide these rooms on us. How'd you guys find it?
Some of them have been here for a little while. So these people in the front row, they were like
Ready
the
to rock.
VIP, yes, ready to go. #1 fans. If you guys have a question, we do have 2 mics on each side. I just ask 1 question per person, so we can get through as many of your questions as possible. Feel free to line up now. Peter, I saw you last weekend in Boston. Were you in Boston as well, Ashley? Well, we didn't sit together. What do you guys do during the week in between? Are you working on a script? Are you at home relaxing before you come to Chicago?
We both have toddlers.
Yeah. We're in Toddlerland.
We're in toddlerland. All of the above, though. I feel like there's so many different avenues now for what we can do that it includes you can produce, you can write, you can read movie scripts, and so it's kind of all over the place. My husband also, I call him a world builder, and so there's always some kind of idea or something that we're working on behind the scenes.
Ashley and I actually did a movie together where I directed Ashley in a movie called Grace Period.
Your hair looks really good. What the heck? You're welcome.
It's backlit. It's backlit. So look for that Grace Period because I've actually been talking to distributors this week, and so it's coming very soon. Probably end of this year, beginning of next. We're talking about release. So it's a romantic comedy with Seth Green and Ashley Green. She's fantastic in it. I'm like proud dad. So everyone has to go see my daughter's movie.
Was she hard to direct?
No. I mean, sometimes I go over to give her a note, and then she'd be like, I got it. And I'd be like, okay. And then I go back to mine, and I'd be like, she did get it. Like, even before I said it, she knew it, because we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah. That's nice when you work together for so long that you can almost read each other and understand each other's kind of process and how you do things. Yeah. I see we do have a question. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Mark.
Hey, Mark, what's up?
Great to meet you. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Peter. Thank you so much for coming out today. My friend Kira is the world's biggest Alice fan. She couldn't be here today, but you mean so much to her.
Aw. You should tell her I said hello and I love her and give her a big hug for me.
I will. So my question for both of you is, Alice and Carlisle are both incredibly kind and supportive and full of empathy for others and arguably the most human of the Cullens, but they still have this dark side to them because they are vampires and they have killed people. So how do you bring both of those sides of characters to life?
I think we've gone over a lot the fact that regardless of what your nature is, you still have the ability to choose what you want to be, and I think that they work very hard to choose the kind of life and the kind of people or vampires that they want to be. And with Alice, I think she comes from an incredibly dark place, but you really see who she is because of what she's chosen to be and how she chooses to bring this optimism and this brightness and this light. And also truly accept who she is. I had such a wonderful time playing her because of the authenticity that is Alice. I think that's one of the things that so many people connect to with her. That she just truly wanted what was best for everybody, what was best for herself, and she was truly open about who she was and allowed other people to be that as well. So that was super long-winded, but
I mean, Carlisle felt bad about the people he killed. It's a long time ago. Do we have to talk about it?
that's why he's so compassionate now.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He still has guilt over that, I think. But I think it shows that people can change. Like he didn't choose the life that he was forced into, and then when he realized it wasn't what he wanted to do, he used all of his power to change, and he went against every animalistic, feeling that he had. I mean, it's like trying to make a, lion eat pizza. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of unheard of. So, I give him a lot of credit for being able to change, and then I think he wanted to hold on to that humanity. Like you said, for me, the reason why he's a doctor is because he wanted to get back to humanity, and it's just a remembrance and a reminder of to hold on to humanity. Every time he helps a human being, it's a reminder to stay strong and follow the 12 steps and not go back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Once that lion has some Lou Malnati's pizza, I think that he would make
I
a
know.
change
You
for
know-
sure.
You know what's crazy? My friend is Will Malnati, and I know this pizza because of this, and I still haven't had it yet.
Oh, you have
And I
to.
just keep hearing about it.
Every time I come to Chicago, I have to grab a pie.
Yeah.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Lane. Okay, my question's kind of silly, but I always kind of wondered it. How exactly do you audition to be a vampire?
That's not silly.
Did you have to bite anybody?
Okay, so by audition, usually when you work with a director, you could see them out of the corner of your eye, and you could see if they're actually engaged or kind of falling asleep. And with Catherine, she like gets in there, so she reads with you. So my scene was, it was me and Edward, and when Edward was trying to save her, and she played Bella. So I was like straddled over her with my hands on her thighs, trying to hold the blood. And you could do it, Edward, find the will, and I kept thinking, well, if somebody walks in right now, it's gonna be really weird. I got my hand on the director's thigh, and straddled on top of her.
And that's how we
But
got the role, guys.
that's how I got the role. So that's how my audition. And then the other one was the baseball one. So it was actually more about baseball than vampire. I mean, the interesting thing with what we played, it's where vampires playing baseball, but vampires also playing human. So I didn't really. People ask like, did you do a lot of research on playing a vampire? And I was like, no, because they didn't want to be that. So they were playing against that. You know what I mean?
No silly questions here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Susan. Peter, I have a question. I want to know how do you feel about playing Supergirl?
Oh, I really enjoyed that show. I got to play Maxwell Lord in Supergirl, and it's such a fantastic character. Because Maxwell Lord, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not, depending on like what he wants to accomplish for himself. A little selfish, a little narcissistic. So sometimes he would team up with Supergirl, and sometimes he wouldn't, and he'd be against her. So it's kind of fun to play the gray area. But I'll tell you a fun story. I have a fun story about that show. Not Twilight related. Everyone's like, no. Anybody watch Supergirl
quick
here?
fun story.
Okay, there we go. So here's a fun story. So I was at a fan convention, and a fan came up to me. She was like 14, 15. She said she wanted to be an actress. And I said, well, I'm gonna put it in the universe from my lips to God's ears that we get to work together and put it in the universe. And one day I'll ask for your autograph, and I meant it. And then I was doing Supergirl, and she came out to me, and she was working that day, and she was acting, and she said, I have the lead guest starring role, and she played Bizarro, which is this, the female Supergirl that I get to turn into this, like the Frankenstein. And she did a fantastic job, and it was just fun to meet somebody at FanCon years later, have her be on the screen with it. So I wish that for anybody else who wants to be an actor.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll go last one on this side. Hi.
Hi, I'm Miranda, and my question for you is, what was your favorite line to deliver in the movies?
Line to deliver. I love It's Time because I love that scene. I also love, what is that god awful, What Dogs Smell? It's just so Alice, that she's so funny to me. So yeah, I feel like those are two of my favorites.
My favorite line, although I don't say it, is hop on Spider Monkey. So I try to say it as much in real life as possible. So my son will be around the house, I'll be like, hop on Spider Monkey, and I'll carry him around the house, up the stairs, bed, or sometimes if he comes to the table, I'll write, hop on Spider Monkey, love Carlisle, and it's really funny to me that Carlisle would say that on the photo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. What's your name? Wayne's World.
Hi, my name's John. I'm a huge fan. I used to like watch the Piercing and everything. I'm also a fan of both of you and everything. I liked you in Can't Hardly Wait, and I liked you in Scorpion King, and I liked you in the other roles too, Alice. My question is though, it never appeared in the movies, but we never got to see Alice's backstory when she became a vampire. So I was wondering if that was just gonna make it to the cut, because I heard it was, I think in the books it was really dark too.
Yeah, it was definitely in the books. It was never written in the script, which I was a little bummed out. This is why I love having a book. because it is so informative. And of course, I was bummed. I would love for people to see her backstory because it is such a departure from what you now see on screen as Alice. But I will say I understood in Eclipse when you saw Nikki's backstory, when you saw Rosalie's backstory, when you saw Jasper's backstory, because I feel that they are more misunderstood as characters of why they are the way that they are, and it really gave people an understanding and like humanized the vampires a little bit. And I felt like that was really important for people to understand. So I kind of got why they didn't go into Alice's backstory. But Jackson and I have talked at length about how fun it would be to do origins and to show how the two of us met and to show where Alice came from. So yeah, I would love to have been able to do that, yeah.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, my name is Alice.
Actually,
Hi, Alice.
Can you see the future?
We're gonna be great friends.
My question was, what was it like playing characters that have these like absolute, like insane, almost superpowers? Like Alice has visions. I mean, Carlisle doesn't really have
Super
powers,
nice.
but they're like
Best dad ever.
So nice.
I gotta be honest, so I always thought I got the short end of the stick with the superpower in it. Because I'm like, well, the bad guys are coming, I can't be like, I will smite you with my compassion back up. I will be so nice that you'll be vomiting all over the floor, just dizzy. But recently, somebody said to me, because I made that joke, and they said, no, your superpower of compassion is actually really strong, because they said the last movie, when you went around and got all the people to come together, it was because of your compassion that you were able to gather all of those witnesses. And I was like, man, I didn't know I was like Gandhi. This is like incredible. So now I look at that superpower and I go, give peace a chance.
I loved my power. And I love
All right, hers is a little
from
cooler.
the start. Yeah, I thought it, what's interesting is I feel like I wouldn't want to have it in real life because it would be so hard to live in the moment. With being a vampire, you don't really have to worry about it because you can live forever, so it's okay if you're not in the moment. And you have people coming after your family, and so it totally makes sense. So in the context of being a human, I would not want to have it, but as Alice in the movies, like I always felt like when she was on screen, there was such an impactful moment. And there was always this plan, and she was always coming in to kind of like save the day because of being able to see the future. So yeah, it was awesome. Once I found out how I was going to portray that on screen, I was a little nervous about that, but once I locked into that, I really loved it.
Can I tell you the time she actually used her superpower? I'll just tell this really quick story.
Oh my gosh.
So, I like the dad with those second all the stories, like a real dad. So we were playing Twilight the board game one time. Because after the first
He's not
one,
me a cheater, guys. That's
yeah.
the story.
So then, guess who won? Right? This one. And I know she used her power somehow to like find out the
Like,
future
this
of the
was
questions.
a trivia game. It's not like we were playing poker. It's a trivia game. Like you
You
can
find
see
out
into the future.
future of the questions, Alice, and you would know the answers.
I just like knew beforehand, looked up all the answers, and then yeah, that's me.
Anyway,
So never play Ashley.
yeah.
It's
Twilight
just
the
because
board
I'm
game.
very competitive.
I'll tell you why I really lost, because I didn't know any of the high schoolers. Like, as a real dad, like, my kids would have their friends come over, and I'd be like, what was her name again? I'd be like, that's my best friend, blah, blah, blah. You don't know? She's come to the house 1,000 times. But as a dad, like, you're not, like, paying attention too much about your names and stuff. So, if you're paying too much attention, and you're, that's a problem. When dad's, like, lingering around your friends, that's a problem. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't want to be creepy dad. So, I didn't know the answers to the high school kids. And so, all right, and she cheated.
Just that everyone's important to me. Okay, hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Luke, and I wanted to ask, you're an actor, does it get weird watching other movies and TV shows with other actors and you end up critiquing them, like I could have done better or something like that?
You try really hard not to do that. I think there's like two ways to look at things, of going, I could have done this better, or going, they had that role for a reason, and there's a reason I didn't have that part, or I wasn't ready for that part. Because sometimes it is tough when you go, like, when you're very close to getting something, then someone else gets it and you see them playing it. But I think it's like, I think it's a trained thing to just go look at it and go, good for them, and I'm happy for whatever their success is, versus being kind of judgmental about it, because this